Hello lovely people, the Honda Jazz is back. Today we're going to start working on the front subwoofer enclosure. However, we have a little surprise for you. We do chose a rear subwoofer as well. So, the guessing is over. We have one subwoofer, not two, but one. And I'm going to tell you why. Ta-da! It's a big boy. Ugh. For those that don't recognize it straight away, this is a Dayton Ultimax 15-inch 2+2. So I was looking at subwoofers, what to buy, what to choose. The main problem that I found was that two 12-inch subwoofers, I needed them to be dual 4 ohms. And a lot of them are dual 2 or a single 4 ohm, especially the low power ones. And we need something that we can wire down to 1 ohm. In America, probably it wouldn't be a problem. There's more selection, but in the UK, it's a bit limited. I was browsing eBay, Facebook Marketplace and everything, and we found this, which is it new? Kinda, almost. I think it was mounted. How much did you pay for it?
220.
220 pounds for a 15-inch Ultimax. So yeah, I didn't model it. It models perfectly in a 2 cubic foot enclosure. There was a Dayton, I don't remember, is it MX series and other ones, but those, if you buy them newer, like from Sound Imports in the UK, 350 pounds. So this for 200 and a bit, it's a steal. And the main thing that I was looking for is a better quality and potentially a little bit more output than that Alpine. The problem with smaller, more budget, cheaper subwoofers, 12-inch subwoofers, it's covered, is that they don't have enough X-Max. That Alpine has, I think, 17 or 18 mil X-Max, which is for a 12-inch quite a lot. And all the smaller power ones, like 400 watts, they will have maybe 10, maybe 9, maybe 12 mil. And when you put two of them together, if they don't offer more output than that single Alpine. So this is gonna go in the back. However, I will keep it for a bit. I will be testing it. So my car is over there as already. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove my 18-inch subwoofers out. This one, I'm just gonna stuff it in. At first, I thought just to blank it, but then it's like, what's the point? I'm gonna stuff it in with something so it will block the stuff going out. But this one is gonna be an infinite baffle. I'm gonna make a ring, like a reducer ring, so I can put the 15-inch in, and we will be testing Ultimax in IB. And after that, we will test it in sealed in his car. And I think it's going to be a very interesting comparison between One Audio and the Dayton. It's not fair because this is 18-inch, that one is 15-inch, but I think it's still going to be very interesting. So now, while we don't have the rain yet, because it was raining already, let's start with that little front subwoofer. What I want to do with it, I don't want to cut any carpets. I don't want to modify absolutely anything. What I'm gonna do is try to make an enclosure. I don't worry about the size at all. It can be 5-6 liters. It doesn't matter. We don't need the low end extension. What I want is to remove some of the strain from the doors, because even if it's deadened, even if everything is done properly, it still rattles and it still vibrates. And you can confirm that as well.
Yep.
Yes, it does rattle. So if we're gonna cross it at 150, maybe 120, there's going to be absolutely no rattles, no tactile feel from the doors, and everything is going to come from there. If it's going to play down to 60, 70, pretty much I'm happy, because now with this car we blend the doors that cross that 70 or 80 with the rear subwoofer pretty well, so that's not a problem at all. We're going to make it very, very small, very tiny, but we can shove it in and take it out whenever we want. So let's begin. Okay, I found some scraps, and this is exactly what we're going to be using. Scraps, not spending a penny on this if we can. This is gonna be wide. There we go. It does fit perfectly. It's not gonna have much space, but it will be fine. I did test the subwoofer, it does fit as well. I just need to make it a bit shorter and then just somehow try to glue the sides a little bit, and then all the body filler and everything, carpet is gonna be black, but something like this. Space wise, I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, this is the top and bottom part. I just put some hot glue just to keep the shape, and I'm waiting for it to dry. And then we're gonna have a front baffle. I don't have any piece of wood to show you, but it's gonna be something like, yeah, it's not gonna protrude that much. The front baffle is gonna go maybe another 2. And I don't know if we're gonna recess it or not, because it depends how deep we can push the subwoofer in the box, because with this angle the bottom of the sub will be touching it probably, so we need to be careful of that. And then it's just literally at the sides. And again, I'm not too worried at all about how it looks like, because the front panel, the beauty panel, is gonna go on top, all carpeted black. We're gonna match it till here and you won't be able to see anything. I would like to fix it somehow with bolts, but I don't know if we will be able to, because carpet insulation, if we're gonna find any metal, maybe, but it's gonna work with Velcro as well. Is it dried? Yes, it dried. Yes. Okay, a little test fit. Man, it's so messy. I used super glue that is dried. I used hot glue that I couldn't fit. I used this one, but this is just a test fit, just to see how we're gonna look like. There's gonna be a baffle in front, 18 mil, and you can see here we have a gap, so it does fit. And that it does have a little gap. I can literally push it a little bit back, but it's gonna be something like this with an 18 mil baffle. Now volume wise, probably we're gonna have, I think, less than 10 liters, but it's gonna be fine. Again, we're not worried how it looks like, because this is made from scrap wood in how long? Less than an hour for now. I need to make that corner over there, because it is this one, this corner here. That's the carpet. It does go in, but I still need to make something just to seal it. And then I'm gonna have this box, make a front baffle, cut it out, route it out, make a chamfer, because this sub needs breathing, if you remember from my review. And yeah, seal all the gaps, everything, make sure that the glue dries, test fit, and next time everything is going to be fitted. We're going to put it in, and next time when he comes, we will make a beauty panel that goes all the way around to make sure that it looks a little bit nicer than bare wood. Beauty panel with carpet, simple black carpet, and it's gonna be fine. The blue Honda went to get some burgers for us for lunch. I'm sitting with this, so this is kinda almost done. I know it looks super ugly, but as I mentioned, this is scrap woods that would cost literally us zero amount of money, just some glue. I will fill all the gaps and everything from the inside with body filler later on when he leaves, but now I just want to make sure that everything fits. I have this 25 mil, which is 1 inch thick MDF. This box for this subwoofer is overkill. Even if I would make everything from something like 9 mil, it will be perfectly fine. This is all the way 18, and 25 is gonna be in the front like that. It's literally just a scrap piece of wood that I had. I'm gonna make a baffle. What I want to do with this baffle, I want to recess this subwoofer, so because it's very thick, it's way too thick. I'm gonna recess it probably up till like here, up till this ring. And then we will have, because this will be sticking out anyway quite a lot, you can see, yeah, it does stick out quite a lot, so I want to recess it because it is, as I mentioned, way too thick. And then we're gonna make out of this, I have this one, this is gonna be our beauty panel that's gonna go on top. 9 mil, I'm gonna carpet it. This is big enough piece to cover the whole front, and again, you can see everything is scrap. This wood, this gray, whichever MDF. This is from Insignia when I built one of my first amp racks with 3 Alpine amplifiers. If you watch this, you're gonna recognize this wood, because why throw it out, why burn it if you can use it for something? Yes, it has holes and everything, but as I mentioned, I'm gonna probably make a milkshake or something just to cover from inside everything. So yeah, let me do the front baffle. Guys, if you live in the UK and you're gonna be ever in Manchester, because I think it's just a Manchester chain, it's called the Dutch Fishman. What they do a fish burger. I know it sounds off, but it's the best thing ever. And this chili sauce, yummy, yummy. Lunchtime. Okay, final take before he goes home. So, front baffle is done. I did I don't remember the word.
Crevice?
No, this. Oh, so anyway, I did this. I did chamfer from the inside, so it's round. This baffle is not glued in here, it's just 4 screws in there. I'm gonna measure the airspace just to see how it is, but okay. This is me sitting normally. Like, yeah, so we can put feet there. Does it go? Okay, so it's all the way back. If you're gonna go up front, your knees are gonna go there. Yeah, screw the passengers. They can go on the back if they want. This is more important for us than the comfort of the passengers. But yeah, so now, not sure about the mounting yet. It is a bit heavy because 18 and 25 mil. You can see how we'll need to go through all the corners. Make sure it's watertight. I will put some probably water just to measure the volume. It's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, so this took us, what's the time now? 2 o'clock?
Yes, nearly.
You came at 10 plus lunch and everything. I want to say 3 hours. Yeah.
140 to be honest.
So less than 3 hours,
Less.
probably like 2.5 hours. Yes, all these scraps. But yeah, this is the progress for today. He's gonna go. I'm gonna finish it whenever in the week because it's not gonna be any sanding and anything. Just fill in the holes, make sure glue it in, everything, make sure it looks nice, and then we're gonna continue next week or even next week. We're gonna see. Man, we're just finishing up, cleaning up everything, and it started to pouring rain. That's UK, we have an umbrella, so we're kind of safe, we're kind of fine, but man, right on time, we finished right on time. Umbrella, yes. So he left. What I did, I put the threaded inserts into the wood. It fits. I had to gouge out a little bit here because it was literally touching here as well a little bit, so it's super tight from that point of view. I glued on the front baffle. Now I'm just gonna leave it until the glue dries properly, and I will go over all the corners like you see here and everything. I will go with a body filler, and then we're gonna fill in the inside with a milkshake. So we're gonna mix body filler with resin and just pour everything inside, and I hope it's gonna cover all the gaps. All the big gaps are gonna be covered from the outside and the milkshake from the inside, and then it's just aesthetics. I'm not too worried about this at all. This fits very nicely, the ring with this one. I'm not gonna put a subwoofer, but it's gonna look, there we go, something like this. This ring, you can see it is recessed, not totally, but it is recessed. I still have a lot of bite for these threaded inserts. You can see there's still a lot of space left. Yeah, it's gonna be a solid little box. It's not gonna be a lot of volume, as I mentioned, but we're gonna measure it. Now I need to tidy everything up before the wife comes home. It stopped raining for a bit. This is my first layer of body filler all over the place, especially in these big massive corners. And these corners, I just fitted a sub just to see how it looks like. From the outside, it should be sealed, but as I mentioned, we're gonna seal it from the inside as well. So now I'm gonna leave it to dry out properly, then we're gonna sand a little bit, and in the meantime I'm gonna go and pick up the little one from school. Oh man, this is probably 3 weeks later. Couldn't find time at all. The only thing I did, I sanded just to make it look a little bit nicer, to have less wrong edges. Filled up all the little holes that I have. I need to remove this little nail. What I want to do now is I want to fill the inside. Yeah, because you can see there's not going to be any gaps, but still I want to just do that. I'm planning to use a mix of body filler and resin. A lot of people call it milkshake. Some people add sand, lead shots, or like whatever. It's totally not necessary. So I'm just gonna fit it up, make a little base, and pour it in the very corner. So it's gonna be very, very nice. And outside, maybe carpet. I don't know. I do have gloves this time, so yay for that. And this is how it looks like after the pouring. So it's a bit dark, so you cannot see, but it's still liquid, so the bottom kind of still slushes. So what I did, basically I made, how much did I made? Probably like, what is it, like 300 mil, 400 mil, something like this. So I did about 200 mil of resin, another 200 of the filler, mixed everything up, put some activator for both, mix them up, poured everything in, and then just literally slosh it around. So I went in all the corners first while it was very, very liquidy. Now it's a bit more set, so it still flows, but very, very slowly. So after that, I did another pass. So basically the first pass kind of almost hardened, and then the second pass on the top. And now I just left it to harden properly. I do have, all of this is dry. Here, there was a little hole here. So now everything is gonna be sealed properly. And I did went through the actual MDF with my finger where the material was taken out with a router because it was a bit fluffy. So now with the layer of resin on top, it's going to be much more harder and hopefully better for the inserts. So I went with this bolt in and out just to remove any possible residue inside the threads, because if there's going to be any resin on the threads, I won't be able to screw anything in. So once I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to let it just sit for a couple of hours. It's actually easier than I expected, especially when you're wearing gloves. Welcome back to my kitchen laboratory. I ran the wire for the sub, everything is done. This one I had to gouge it out because the sub was touching this. It's so tight. What I want to do now is I want to fill it up with water and see how much in volume does it hold. I'm guessing probably 10 liters, maybe a bit less. We will see. If you want, stop the video, go in the comments and comment how much will it be. And at the same time, we're going to test the water tightness as well. So let's count together. So I don't want to play with half a liter tubs, so I'm going to do 5 liter ones, 8 pints, and then we're going to top up bit by bit. That's 5 liters. You can see it's kind of half full from the top. Let's do another 5 and see if it's going to fit. And this is empty. This is literally full. So probably there's a little air pocket here in the corner because it is slightly, you can see this is over there. So, okay, let's say 9 liters, which is I'm super happy about. I'm just gonna quickly double check. I don't see any leaks, to be honest, because resin from the inside, no, it's not dripping, it's not nothing. So 9 liters in volume, amazing stuff. And another step that is totally unnecessary, just black spray paint just from the front, because nobody was gonna see anything from the back on the sides. So half an hour for the paint to dry, then we can put in the subwoofer. I'd made these ones for the sub because it takes those, and I'm gonna finish probably a stake impedance graph, maybe near field response. I'm gonna put it in the car, I doubt it, but just to have some data in the video. Okay, well, the little one is taking a bath, measuring this one. No air leaks, no chuffing, no nothing. It plays very nice. It shakes the house. Surprise, surprise. Impedance graph shows us really nothing special. No resonances. This was the same like we had in whenever I was testing this. This is the driver, not the enclosure. Everything is nice. FB in this enclosure we have 66 hertz, which is spot on what we need. And the frequency response, this is just near field, like literally with a microphone next to the cones, just to see what it does. So we can say that from about 75 and up. In the car from the kick, we will have a little bit more, so probably it's gonna play down to 60 or something. And this is exactly what we need, a small 8-inch. We don't need it to play down to 45 because there's absolutely no need. What we want from this is to alleviate the doors, to have less rattles, and I think it's gonna do that perfectly nice. This is the cone breakup. Is it the same frequency? Let's check. Yeah, kind of. So you can see the impedance blip corresponds to whatever is happening here. So it is the driver. So yeah, exactly what we need, from about 60, 70 to 100 to kind of fill in this gap. I think it's gonna do very, very nice. So that's it with this one. All of it is done. Now I'm gonna wait for the Honda Jazz to arrive and to install it. In the meantime, sneak peek. Yeah. Tweet us, tweet us, tweet us, tweet us, tweet us, tweet us. Twitter shootout is coming. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.